Hello there, everyone. Hello. Hi. May I have your attention, please, and thank you. Hey, Seitan. I was just saying hi. This is the 2 p.m. panel. We are going to be introducing Saga today, a new front end for DragonRealms and GemStone 4. I am GM Kawanashi. I'll be ostensibly a host, but mostly I'm going to be passing it over here to my colleagues GM O'Shawn, GM Nixus, and CEO Skippy from SimuCon. So without ado, I'm going to hand this to you.
Hooray.
As I slowly pull this in the direction without unplugging things.
Oh, wow. I get double mic'd? No. Yeah, welcome, everybody. Nixus and I are super excited. Mic cable problems aside. We are super excited to be sharing Saga with you. Thanks, everybody who came the other night to be able to watch our initial teaser. Saga, as mentioned, is a new front end for DragonRealms and GemStone. It is custom built for these two games. What makes it unique, hopefully, it is cross-platform, so you'll be able to have the same experience on Windows, Apple, and Linux. We are looking at getting it up as a web front end as well, so that you can take your experience wherever you want to go. I think one of the big things that's going to distinguish this is a rapid, highly responsive development cycle. We want your feedback. We want to know what will make the game experience better for you. And our main focus of doing this is lowering the barrier of entry to play. We know that GemStone and DR have created this huge ecosystem now, especially our players have created this ecosystem of all of these support things like Lich and other clients to help you play the game better. We want that to be built in to this front end. So tools like what we'll be showing you in just a little bit should make it a lot easier to play both games and a lot easier for new players to come and join us in our weird little worlds. Yeah. I did say weird. That's, yeah. We have to own it.
Yeah. It's on purpose.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the experience?
Yeah, so there's a great deal of customization. The other front ends have a great deal of customization as well relative to other games. You can do quite a bit with them, and we wanted to carry that forward to Saga as well. So themes and panel, highlights, ignores, macros, scripts, panel layouts with cloud save, and everything should be importable from Wraith as well. So you don't have to worry about hand migrating your setup.
Yeah. Those of you who play on the Wizard as well, we are working for ways to easily import all of your Wizard scripts and the like.
Raise your hand if you play Wizard.
Sweet. Hey, we've got
Two for the
yeah, we've got 2 people at the con that play on the Wizard almost exclusively. So our number one goal is to win you over. Yeah. So we have punch and pie is what I like to tell people. This is what Saga looks like in GemStone. I want to call out a couple of the things that you'll be seeing during our demonstration today. You can see that at top right there's an objectives panel. That's going to be things like our quest system. We have a unified timers panel, so your buffs, cooldowns, debuffs, all of that. One of the things that I think that we're most proud of is Nixus has put tremendous amounts of work into getting the map and mini-map working. So toward the bottom right, you can see our mini-map, which currently I think is showing Icemeal Trace, fittingly. Yeah, you were able to do some really cool things with this, and we'll talk about that in about 2 minutes. And then bottom left, the combat panel. We know that combat is a bear to get through, especially in GemStone. DragonRealms combat is actually really interesting in that there are multiple ranges for creatures to be in. So you'll have indicators as creatures approach you in DragonRealms, so that you know what you're actually engaged with and what's not. But in GemStone, we have a whole bunch of status effects that happen on creatures. And especially once you get into a place where you've got, 5 or 6 creatures in a room with you, it is really hard to read all that text of what is going on. So you'll have visual indicators on everything. 6, 7? I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and do a guided voyage through a live version of Saga. Let's go ahead. Do you mind bringing that up so that we've got a guide, the presentation, and then I will switch this over to, if it will let me put in an input. Do you mind hitting the, oh, there you go.
It's just on a little bit of a lag.
It is. Let's start over in the world of Elanthea, not the other Elanthea. This is actually DragonRealms. We are currently in the crossing in DragonRealms. And as you can see, we have the map of the crossing right here, the mini map. There is also a maxi map up in our... So the maxi map in the crossing, you guys have a lot of street names and the like. We are working at factoring this out.
Yeah, we need to fine tune the labeling.
But let's stick with our mini map at the moment. Here's what's really neat on the mini map. You know where you are right here. Let's say that I want to go over to Immortal's Approach. I can just go ahead and click on the mini map, and it's going to start moving me over there. It moves pretty fast. We only had 2 moves to our destination there, but you can cross an entire area of the game in a matter of seconds. So it should be pretty neat for you. Here's a longer move real quickly. Yeah. Pardon? Yes, so the urchin system is not in any way replaced by this. Urchin travel is instantaneous. Do you have any plans for integrations with the urchin system?
Yeah, I think that ideally it would utilize the urchin system so that if you have urchin access, it moves even more quickly, like GoTo does, for example. So I think that's something that we should do.
Yeah. The other thing that is really, really important for DragonRealms is their moons and their sky. So we have an almanac panel in both games. I do know that the day is off by 1 in DragonRealms. You guys have faster days than we do, and I just couldn't keep up. But we're working with some of the DRGMs right now to get this fully dialed in so that it'll be ready for live. But it will show you the moons, what their phases are, what the weather's like, and what time of day it is, because again, your days actually are not synced with real life days. So kind of cool. Let me jump over to GemStone here. I am in Kaunashi's room right now. I'm in his black hole. Let me instead go to my little home of Ice Mule Trace, right? So this is actually real Ice Mule Trace, as you can see by all the people that are hanging around. Again, we've got the Ice Mule mini map here, and the map is unavailable to me right now.
I thought we fixed that bug.
Welcome to presentation mode.
Yeah, this is presentation mode. We've got objectives in the subjective panel that, let me do. So this is what a live panel would look like if you've got quests. It's always going to prioritize your bounties first, because those are far more ephemeral than some of these quests that can last for multiple hours. Obviously, my screen is really, really small. I apologize for that in advance. But this is telling me that it needs me to track down a Grizzled Triton Brawler. If you've completed the objective, it will have a green check by it, so you know that you can go ahead and do a turn-in. You're also seeing that what has popped up on top of it is a toast, a notification. You can turn that off. That one is a GM notification, but you'll see thoughts in this window if thoughts are enabled for you and you don't have the separate thought panel pulled out. So that way you will never miss somebody calling your name on the Amunet and telling you that you haven't logged in for a long time, Darsena. And yes. Every single time that I log in, I get a, "Where have you been?" So this way, you will never miss any of those conversations on the .NET. Buffs, debuffs, and cooldowns. Sorry, go ahead. I will. Yeah, I will. So you've got the buffs, debuffs, and cooldowns windows that you have from Wraith and from the Wizard, but we also have a unified timers panel, which will allow you to do wave for them. Great. And we're moving away from Ice Mule. No. The unified timers panel basically is a way to simplify all of your buffs, debuffs, and cooldowns. You'll have a little plus, an up arrow next to any buffs, a down arrow next to any debuffs. They're color coded, and then a little clock glyph next to any cooldowns. Additionally, you can get it to track missed spells. So I don't know how all of you play, but I'm more worried about the spells that I'm missing than the ones that I necessarily have on. I don't need to see that I've got Wizard Shield and all of that. I need to know when it's off. So we have a missed spells tracking capability, and you can set it up with any spells that you want so that you know what you need to respell when you get dispelled or when something expires. Additionally, training goals. You can all see what my goals are for Ashand. So we now have our own goals window within the game. I realize that this is not as applicable for DR. You do have a skills panel that is purely for DR, so you can see where all of your trained skills are. And you can also track your field experience and the like. This is a little narrow right now, but this goals window allows you to handle all of your training within the game. And you can control click to add 10 points to a skill. You have to be able to have the PTPs and MTPs. I want to be clear. But especially fun for when you want to buy a fixed skills potion. You can shift click to add all of the available ranks to a skill. So it should make retraining much, much faster. Each of the games, as you've probably seen, has game-specific panels. I showed you what DR's Almanac panel looks like. GemStone's is a little bit different because we've got a different moon setup. Let me expand this. It tells us that Cholin's Eve, a holiday on the 14th, is 3 days away. It tells us what the actual day in game is, so we stop saying that it's Saturday, and we say that it's feast day, the 11th of Korotos. And it also gives us all of our moons and what their current status is. So like Liabo's in its waxing crescent. You can actually see it in the sky because it's currently visible in the game. So it's a fun little roleplay thing, especially if you really like our skybox in Gemstone. World events. Oh, go ahead, sir.
First ever text-based game with a skybox.
That is true. I'd like to show you this world events panel, but I'm not going to send one right now because we're in the live game and I don't want to spam everybody telling them that I'll be merchanting in Ice Mule. The world events panel is basically a timed panel where a GM can announce things and tell us that something important is going on in Soulhaven. And the GM can be as cryptic or as detailed as they'd like. They then get to set how long the duration of that event is going to be. And that way, if you're logging into the game, you go, oh, wow, there's something happening in Ice Mule. There's something happening in Soulhaven. There's Wennemer's Landing is burning down again. Look, I think we have all hit a point in our lives where some scheduled role play is really fun, but we also want to keep the game feeling like it is alive and thriving. So even when there's not scheduled role play, you'll be able to see when things are going around so that you can get involved in the action. Um, let's talk about what's going on behind me. I know that you can't really see it because we're streaming from one computer to another, but the window color changed when I came here into Town Center. There's actually a fire effect going on in the background because Ice Mule Trace has a huge bonfire in Town Center. There are a whole bunch of these ambients that exist everywhere from being dead and I'm really, really proud of the death ambient because it varies based on whether you are a Lornanite or a non-Lornanite. If you are a non-Lornanite and you die, you will see little spirits in the background kind of floating up. If you are a Lornanite, a bad guy, basically.
Hey, we're not bad guys. We're just misunderstood.
Misunderstood guy in Gemstone. You will burn in the fires of Lucos's maw. So that's some fun stuff. If you're neutral, you still get to go to good guy gates, Eben Gate. Inventory. So Nixus just rolled out a cool inventory panel. Gosh, I hope I have clothes on in the game. I do. I have a large sack on my head, but that's fine. So this is what your inventory panel would look like, and it is filterable. So if I go ahead and say that I want to just look for a coat, I've got my cool Doctor Who style coat on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is kind of just the start. Like Oshan said, it is filterable, it's sortable. You can do some number of actions from here, so you can stow, you can remove, analyze. But I'm hoping to do more with it. Right now, this particular panel is inventory full.
Mm-hmm.
And I think another thing we could do is maybe have shops show up in something like this. Yeah, so open to everybody's ideas on how we can use something like this in order to increase item management quality of life.
Yeah. Can I say something? Oh, please.
It was mentioned just a bit ago about the speed of development and how fast, and we want to support everybody's ideas and our own ideas. That inventory window didn't exist yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is how fast things are moving.
Yeah.
I came to them. We were talking about when can we put it out for beta. I started having ideas in my head around all the stuff we need for beta. I happened to ask Nixus, do you have a separate bug reporting built in for people? And an hour later, they came back and they said, it's in. I said, I just meant put it on a list. You don't have to put it in right now. But that's how fast they're moving.
Yeah. So you can report bugs about Saga in Saga. Please don't tell us about your pin that's not working.
If there's a bug with report a bug, I don't know what to tell you.
There's actually a sub pin. No. Let's talk about combat real quickly. Do you mind holding this just so I can type? So I'm going to go back to my place, the X Zone, and I'm just going to make a couple of berserkers here. Sorry. I know you guys can see my...
You're sworn to secrecy.
You're sworn to secrecy. Now look, we've got berserkers. These are too large for the panel. You can see the berserkers in the panel, and they are hyper challenging. That's why they've got the little fist icon next to them, because I think I'm level 20 or something like that on Ashant. I don't log into Hunt very often as my PC. I'm 81. Good.
Yeah, the experience panel tells us that.
Thanks for the RPAs, buddy.
Yeah.
If I go ahead and do, let's see, I can't hit any of them, so I don't know why I'm trying. But if I was able to knock them down, you'd see them all go prone. If I'm able to disengage them, there's an icon for that. We'll be adding icon support for all of the things in the effect manager. So you'll be able to see things like forceful blows, empowered, some of the really cool options that are out there.
And that's a stance slide.
Yes, the stance slider is beneath my character, and it is right here. So if I go to stance, whoops, thank you for holding the mic. If I go to stance offensive, you'll see that it swipes to red. If I go to stance defensive, it slides all the way back over to the shield. It tracks basically all of your substances too. For those of you that are stance, what's stance perfection?
Stance dancers.
What?
Stance dancers.
Stance.
Oh, perfection.
Yeah. Yeah. As mentioned on the, and again, apologies for the small windows here. I'll just pull them out so that you can see them properly sized. On our experience panel, this was another thing that didn't really exist until last night. You can see, what your current level is, what your to next level is, how full your mind is. This mind bar obviously fills up as you learn. There's clear as a bell as an option. Your PTPs, your MTPs, your ATPs, your ascension points, ascension experience. There we go. And then these icons down here are for Fashione's tutelage, Gift of Alumnus, and what your current level is from 0 to 5 there, and then whether or not you have an RPA and what level you have. So a lot of fun little graphical indicators. Same thing is true with the loadout. You've got the ability to go ahead and turn off different components of these loadouts. So if I go down to the loadout piece and let's say that I don't like these reserve items or the guy that made them, I can turn off reserve and now they won't bother me. It just allows you to be more space efficient. The same thing is true of the health panel. Like if I'm playing on this screen size, I obviously don't have the space for a graphical health panel. So I can show it as text instead, and it'll just tell me what injuries I have. Should make the game really parsable for people. And speaking of parsing, accessibility is obviously important to us. We have players that have varying degrees of eyesight, and we really want this to be as usable as possible for everyone. So we have been working on making sure that it has ARIA and other interfacing so that screen readers will work. We really value feedback in that arena. So if you are somebody who starts betaing and finds that you need some accessibility features, please get them our way so that we can make this as broadly appealing of a product to you as we can. All right. Let's see. One last thing that I want to show off because I'm 12 is you want me to show the Final Fantasy theme. It's called First Fantasy for...
There's no relationship.
Yeah. The First Fantasy theme is styled to look like an anonymous game that was really, really important to both Kanashi and me in our youth. Yes. Golden Chocobos are way, way, way later than this. We'll have a gold cockatrice at the... emu. There's also cool themes like reality, which I think requires that you take the red pill or the blue pill. Which pill? Red pill. There we go. Yeah. So a lot of different ways to kind of customize your play. Obviously, the default is from this standard theme. GemStone is kind of a slate blue. DragonRealms has kind of a verdigris bronze and green. That is obviously negotiable. What is interesting about customizing your appearance, though, is from that default, you can make the background panel color whatever you'd like, and it will gracefully fade over to that. You can make them eye-bleedingly bright colors, too, if you'd really like, but I would suggest that you not do it the color of this shirt. So lots of different opportunities. There we go. Do you think we're ready to take some questions? Yes. Tandwe has some questions from Twitch and Discord. But anybody in the room? Sir? I think that that's a really, really good idea. We don't currently have that in, but yeah. No, I think the question was on. Oh, sorry, Tandwe is going to go ahead and report back to our friends at home. But yeah, I think that that's a great idea. Go ahead. I'm going to sweep left to right if that works. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So on release, I will say that we will at least have a rudimentary theme editor for you. It's not quite ready for prime time, but yes. And we'd like there to be, some vetting system so that themes, there's a lot of capability in the background panel. So we'll have to figure out exactly what that looks like. But yes, we will have community submitted themes for sure. Satan. Hey, for house events and hall events, will that be included in that world with GM thing? So like, how y'all say y'all can announce things? Will houses and halls, we do a event for everyone? That be in the same category? That was the very first thing that I was asked after we started talking about that panel. Tandwe, not to throw you onto the spot, but what do you think?
I'm looking at the guru of that system.
What do you think?
I mean, I think if we can find a way to automate it,
Then yes.
make it fairly easy, then I'm all for it.
Perfect.
If it doesn't clutter, if it starts to look like it's cluttering the world event,
Uh-huh.
you've got a bunch of stuff going on, we could talk about having a separate
Yep.
panel.
Maybe we need some sort of credit system so that you guys, can earn your ways to great events.
Oh, Sean, I need help. How do you get this thing?
Okay, so
Just
I
stand.
see several
Yeah.
hands.
Yep. Namit. Oh, I was just trying to.
Can we change the font in here?
Yes. So all of the fonts. Oh, I don't want to end my adventure. I want to end the map at the moment. Oh, the rift looks really nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you, Tai Song.
this appearance panel. So not only can you set global stream text, stream fixed with text, info panel text, info fixed with text, your loadout text, your system timestamps, everything like that. You can go panel by panel and change the font in those panels as well. So if you want your thoughts panel to be, flowy cursive, but want it to be fixed with in the story window, you could do that. I happen to know that GM Lytle really, really likes everything to be chartreuse. So, he does that. Yeah.
Use font size as well. Correct?
Yes, yeah. You can do size, background color, underlines, bold, italics, everything. Yes. Yes, let's go ahead, and then I'll get back to you as well, sir. Oh, actually, go ahead. Go ahead. You're standing.
Right. So while both games are primarily solo experiences for the most part, from what I've seen over the years, are there any features for group play, as in like marking who's the leader and who is in the tournament?
So our immediate plan is to upgrade the combat panel to feature members of your party as well and indicate who the group leader is. For us, it's just a matter of changing what XML emits. We will probably do it in GemStone over the next few days, and then we'll work with the DR team to do it in DR. But yeah, we're that close to being able to have that fully. Yeah. Go ahead. Soren's maps. Not currently. We don't have like a built-in browser for things like that. These are actual live crawls of all of the segments in GemStone. So okay.
Yeah.
What if we added a theme for maps that was? I keep opening it there, even though it's in the map window. What if we added a theme for maps that made them look like Soren maps? All right. You have your work cut out for you.
But can you really replicate that genius? I mean, it
Up in the front?
feels wrong.
Then we have several through the back.
Okay. Gosh, that would be a really, really cool idea. Yes, we would like to do that.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
I'm sorry, what was that question?
The question is, will we get up on Steam so that other people can find us? And it is a really, really cool idea. Yeah. Sir, sir, do you want to expound on that idea in any way?
No.
um, yes, go ahead. Yes, you can, and you can change your panel backgrounds. We will start doing some light themes. I really like light text on dark backgrounds, but yes.
So we have three players in the back there. I have no idea who's first.
Yes. Do you want to start calling on people, and we'll just
all the way in the back right.
So you talked about how on GemStone the combat panel would indicate some kind of status effect.
Yes.
Will that also be true in DragonRealms?
Yes.
And will it work for PvP?
I don't see why not. Look, the real answer for these is it is just a question of what the game can emit over to the client. So I don't want to sound cavalier about it, but it is really a situation where the sky's the limit. Skippy mentioned earlier that we didn't have some of these pieces like this experience piece came up to us. It was fairly simple. Well, you did the work, so I don't want to say that it was fairly simple. It was very easy for Nixus.
It's very easy for us to tell him what to do.
Yes.
I mean, I think that one thing that we talked about yesterday during the announcement is how exciting it is as GMs to not only have access to the GSL scripting side of things, but also the front end. And I think that combination is really powerful. Like I said, in that discussion that previously been limited just to Wraith and Wizard and so on and so forth, where we can't necessarily dig into that. So yeah, we have a lot of capabilities for sure.
Yeah, I will tell you, I wired up all of the gemstone creatures to be able to emit their status, and it was really the work of about like half an hour. So the answer is that we just need to know what you want to see. And I used to be a DR player. I don't have good knowledge over what the statuses are like now, and it's been a while since I've hunted over there. So yeah, we are working very, very closely with the DR team. So we've got some experts. Yeah, keep going.
In the back.
Yeah.
I see you guys up front. I want to make sure. Thank you.
Three-part.
It's kind of all the same thing, but okay. Number one, what sort of scripting is supported natively? Number two, will Lich be allowed to work with this? And number three, when this rolls out publicly, will it impact the ability to support Wraith plus Lich or Genie or other third party?
Okay, I've already lost number one, but
Oh.
okay. So scripting language-wise,
The last one first?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to retroactively harm the ability of any existing client.
number one, it uses the Wraith scripting language currently, so your scripts are 100% portable over from Wraith. Number two, on other clients like Lich, we have the capability currently to allow access to other clients from within Saga. So again, we know that there's this incredible ecosystem that people have built. My preference is always that the native game support a lot of those capabilities. One example of this is triggers. Looking at when something happens in the game, a command fires off. We're probably not going to go ahead and build a completely unfettered trigger system that allows you to not play the game while you're playing. But looking at triggers that could be, when I die, send off a symbol of need. When I get stunned, use my sigil armor to go ahead and knock things out of the room. Those are things that really enhance the game experience without turning it into zombie mode. And so we're going to take a lot of inspiration from some of those things, but try and keep an eye on what makes the game fun to play versus what makes it more possible to not play the game. Because you know you can go full zombie mode, and that's just not really that fun.
Get AFK script check and respond like this.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. We cannot set up custom report responses.
I think what there's one final part to that question, which was what other scripting options or languages have we thought about incorporating in the future? And there has been discussion about adding something like Lua as a native scripting language that could be used in addition to Wraith. And there's also been some discussion about potentially offering script authors the ability to have some sort of UI, API for the UI, so that you could have like custom components. Like I know some players play with UberBar, for example, and really enjoy that. But we're still early on. That's the sort of thing that you want to take a lot of time to get right to make sure that that API is as correct as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Question in the very back, please.
So, my question's on navigation. So, in both games, there are many rooms, many areas that are gated on puzzles or things like that. Will the native navigation system completely obliterate that? And
No.
will there be support for things like you add your own personal password for a specific room, that sort of thing?
I like that. That is not something that we'd really discussed so far, but I like that. What I would say is, yes, the answer is we're not going to start, shortcutting puzzles in the game through the front end. What we will do, and a good example of this, I was showing some folks, we have this front end specific verb called travel. Let's say that I want to travel to the Snowcat's Den, which is an inn that is in a secret place in Ice Mule. Wow, I just gave away where it is. It's clearly not that secret. Yeah, this is my plug for the Dusk Coven. Join us. At any rate, I hit travel and I put in Snowcats. It's telling me that these are all of the rooms in the area that match the Snowcats entry, and it's telling me how many rooms they are away. I'm going to say that I want to go to the parlor. I do want to point out that the Snowcats Snowcats Den is behind a search puzzle, and it's going to get me most of the way there, and then it's going to drop me off because it doesn't know how to get into the secret glade. So there I am. I know that there's a secluded glade there, but I have to be able to figure out how to get into it. So I think that that's the healthy medium there.
There's also been a little bit of discussion of like, could we incorporate some sort of fog of war or something like that to, make it so that you can't see areas that you haven't been to. Yeah, exactly. Which sounds really cool, and I like that idea. Knowing how to kind of strike the right balance between something like that, where you feel a sense of reward for discovering a new area versus like just quality of life accessibility, is the line that we have to walk there. And I don't know exactly what that looks like yet. I also think it would be kind of cool if you had to like acquire maps in the game. But again, that goes back to, how do you walk the line between accessibility and, those sorts of systems.
We're going to
New player.
from the online community right now. Then we're going to get back to everyone with their hands raised. Thank you for your patience.
So I have several questions online. The first one is the inventory window. Will it handle recall items?
I don't see why not. Will the inventory panel handle recall items?
I think it should, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Can the experience bar show what's remaining on an RPA?
I don't know if that information is available in the game. It doesn't tell you you've got X experience left in your RPA, right?
It just gives a line that you're still under one.
Yeah, so it will tell you the tier. It will not tell you how much experience is left in your RPA. It will for Lumnus, though. Doesn't Lumnus tell you that you've got? So, yes, we can do it for stuff that is exposed. We're typically not going to do it for stuff that is not exposed for a reason. But on that front, right now you can't see what creature health is like. I am happy to say that GM Astilled has given us permission to give creatures health bars, so you can see. Yeah, yeah.
I also have a question. Is it possible to have the map have different colors for nodes?
The map having different colors for nodes. It's funny that you ask that because it does.
Yeah, there's a little rainbow effect around noded rooms, and super noded rooms have a brighter rainbow effect. Then we click on the room. I don't know that we saw this for long, but there's a right pane that allows you to see all the information about the room, and that includes terrain, climate, and whether it's noded, and a few other things.
Sir, I see your arm is getting tired. Go ahead.
So I was just gonna, this is some of the accessibility stuff. Would it be possible to make it as easy and straightforward as possible to like add new ignores, gags, like it basically? I would love an experience of like I've got tons and tons of scroll in this room. It's like that message. I never want to see that message again.
Yeah, so good question on that. The answer is that you can highlight any text in the game that you want, right-click on it, and either add it as a highlight or as an ignore. And we do allow partial ignores, so we allow squelching, or we allow whole line. I don't want to see that message. So anytime that you see, a shond in a thing, you just like filter it out. That is totally hurtful. Yes. Oh, and we do have aliasing as well. So, if Nixus wants to be called, what was the Lord of Quests?
No.
We're gonna call it the Lord of Quests.
Yeah, that.
He'll just appear.
Quick follow-up on that. I would like to suggest making that a little bit more full-featured than just like this string of text, because a lot of messages, it's like that message can look slightly different. Sometimes it has like a his or hers in that location. Sometimes
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
It's more like I don't want to have to necessarily go through and do every single variation of what this message could look like to be able to ignore it. Just like make that a little bit easier on the person. Just like all variants of this message.
Yeah.
It's a.
Yeah.
I think it supports partial matching,
It
but
does.
then if there's a need,
Yeah, we don't have a full, broad spectrum like that, but yeah, certainly we can. We do have regex. It's just I don't think it's that robust for his, hers, etc. So, yet.
I mean,
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, I know right now where I'm at, I have a small screen, it's a small 50-inch screen. How flexible is all the bigger screen going to be so I could resize it for a smaller screen?
So very. One of the things that I didn't really show on there was you can turn off some of the elements of the panel chrome. So, for example, I have the cool fun icons on the experience panel. That's disableable. All of the info panels, you can win back a lot of space by turning off those pieces. So customizable.
May I ask you something? Sure.
If that could pop up into a different windows, could it still be in the same installation?
Yes, yeah. So the way that I had it laid out was basically to maximize tiny screen space on a Surface Pro. But on my home computer, I've got everything pulled out in a very similar layout to Wraith. This was just meant to give you more options, not take over your options for you. So you can lay out those panels. If you've got the thoughts window enabled, for example, though, you're not going to see thoughts toasts necessarily. So it's just a matter of individual customization. There was a question about our scripts as well. Right now, there's a leading tilde as the standard for the scripts. You can put in any special character that you want. So again, it should be able to fully approximate your Wraith experience in every way as a bare minimum. Then we evolve from there. Sir, go ahead.
Under your combat, where you have all the little icons set up for that tool in the room, instead of typing in target next, will you be able to click on the ones in that window?
Yes. Yeah, so yes, you can click to target on there. Another thing that we haven't shown off is our hotbar. So the hotbar is a graphically based macro or command entry piece. So you can set up a hotbar entry for attack, and you can make it look like a sword icon, and you can set what your cooldown is on attack or casting wizard shield or any of those things, and you can play the game entirely by clicking. Except that you have to interact with other people and you have to talk to them. Eventually, you'll run out of hotbarred. Hello, welcome to Corneria.
Just click and see here.
Yeah,
Just keep clicking.
yeah.
You click on them, you select mute, then you don't have
Wait, for the inventory, won't that work in a locker too, so that it's searchable?
Yeah, so the question is whether we can support lockers in the inventory panel. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, I think our answer to most things will be yes, we can. No. I mean, I really think if it's a good idea and it will make the game better for a swath of people, I don't see a reason why we wouldn't do it.
And all the gurus who are in charge of the stuff don't mind the feature being added.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes.
Great. I have two quick things. The first one is that right now you can add in your own music to trigger off of things. Can you still do that for accessibility? Is it still possible for accessibility?
So the answer is that upon release, you will be able to do sound effects and music on triggers. There are also some areas that are wired up. I have spent a lot of time. We have a gentleman who who made all of the original Wizard MIDIs. Who's actually in the room with us. I'm going to call you out again, but GM Quill. So on the opening night, I went over and fanboyed over him for a while because I love the original songs. I've also sat down at the piano and have been trying to compose some things like a theme for Wenheimer's Landing, and we want to be able to play that ambient music in the game as well. The question is just figuring out how to make everything kind of tick together. Mhm. Yes. Yeah, we will do it on sound highlights, I think as a primary piece. The triggers, it'll be a question of, what that end state for triggers looks like. But I don't see a reason why we couldn't have sound effects beyond a trigger. Second question.
I'm sorry, that was yes.
Mm.
Go for it.
Just one.
Yeah.
I needed a simple answer. You got the whole spiel.
I see.
Sorry about that.
Proceed.
The second one was that for the group panel, you're talking about having the additional people up there in the group panel, which is
Mhm.
great. We do have the group health command in-game existing already. Will we be able to see the health of the other people in our group?
Yeah, I see no problem with that. I mean, we do have the appraise panel too for empaths, so you can click on other people's wounds and heal them. So yeah, that's already in on day 0, day 1, whatever.
I told you to have that.
Yes, somebody told me that empaths would cleanse me, sir.
Certain empaths, please.
We discussed this a little bit previously, but resource-wise, I feel like this is going to be pretty intensive. And that being the case, will there be a way to toggle off certain features that maybe you just don't want for whatever reason? Not to diminish your work or anything.
No, it's a good question. It's built on a heavier engine because the engine is so capable of doing anything that we'd want it to do. But there are ways to disable all of the ambient themes. There are ways to disable all of the graphics that I can think of, including converting the graphical panels like the health panel into just text. So there's a lot of ways to strip it down. The other piece is, when we do the web interface, it will be, basically the underpinning architecture is going to be the same, but the UI and everything is going to be a different system. So that will be very, very lightweight by comparison to this. So a lot of options upcoming.
There were several other hands that have gone up. I want to make sure I
Please.
don't miss anyone. I saw hands back there and I saw hands up there.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Go for it, sir. Please.
So in DragonRealms, we recently inherited like a health window from y'all, and it's pretty cool and all. Except I think that we have more granularity of injury to body parts than y'all do. So it's not super useful because it doesn't reflect that. Will this one have the full granularity in DragonRealms of injury?
It already does in DragonRealms now. So the answer is DragonRealms has internal, external wounds and scars.
I'm up to 13 levels of this.
Yeah. So your GMs really must love you because they spent a lot of time coaching me through that. The answer is it's already on there. The difference between your health panel and the GemStone health panel is that it has toggles so that you can see those individually. Because ours is a little bit less, multidimensional. If you've got a wound on top of a scar, you probably don't care a ton about the scar. You're going to heal it down as you heal. So yeah, it's just a little bit different. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Tandua is telling me that we have 6 minutes before we have to give you a mandatory work break. But we will continue with questions after that. Anybody that needs to leave for the DR panel can leave at that point, and we'll keep going. Go ahead.
Applicable attacks, can we queue them up so that based on RT as a queue or chain, 3 attacks in a row, and we're just using one?
So you can do that through a script, and you can invoke scripts through the hotbar. So yes, I mean that's the real basic answer. Doing it through a specific different system is not in play right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question. I think we'll need to discuss it whether it fits into what we have. But I see the vision.
We're going to focus on just a few DR questions so that anybody who's heading to the other panel can go.
Are the maps intended to be on a map repository that players will have to keep updated, or is the intent that you guys are essentially going to feed it?
No, the maps will live load. That's yeah.
Yeah, the maps should live load and they should work dynamically. So even if you're in an area that is brand new, that you've never seen before, like the Inquisitor event, for example, one of the things that I was thinking the entire time I was in the Inquisitor event was, man, this is cool. Man, am I having a difficult time figuring out, what the lay of the land is. Because like places like, Wintermer's Landing, I have it burned into my mind from walking around when I was 12, right? My brain was much more plastic and malleable. But now things don't stick as well. So I think that the maps will help quite a bit there. They'll be live updated.
Sir.
I had a question on whether it's possible to expose the highlight and ignore settings with the scripting engine, so we can write scripts that will automatically toggle it to different scenarios.
I don't see why. I'm looking for the danger there. Yeah.
State the question.
The question was: is it possible to expose highlights and ignores to the scripting system so that they can? Yeah.
I think that's probably something we would look at once we got to the kind of the next generation scripting language.
Yeah.
Again, tentatively Lua or whatever that is. It seems like we would want to potentially provide an API there, as opposed to in the Wraith language.
We'll send out a feature request survey, but please make sure that that's on there because it's a cool idea. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
I would like to.
What?
This is something that we talked
Oh,
a little bit about sort of offline, but I want to throw it out there as an official suggestion to everybody of supporting the Genie scripting language, which is like a sort of strict superset of the Wraith scripting language for the many, many DR players who use Genie and will not be able to just port their scripts over from Wraith. If there's like probably 10% lift to get from Wraith language to Genie language, and it would be very useful for DR players.
We'll ask and we'll talk about it.
I don't know what the exact difference is. So
Yeah.
I think we just have to look at the exact. What is that extra bit?
Yeah. We'll definitely talk to your dev GMs too, just to get their insights. So, sir.
My question is just about the world events window. That's in the DR too, right?
Yeah, there's so it requires a little bit of infrastructure, but I will work with your folks to get that into DR. There's no reason why you can't. It's not something that is specific to either game. I just need to know what your realms are. So yeah,
I mean, just like when a GM wants to do something.
yeah.
And as far as some of the answers to other stuff, where they're talking about a lot of gemstone specific things, some things that are a convenience in gemstone may be a part of core gameplay for DR. So if they say that's possible, it may not always be 1-to-1 possible in
Yeah.
DR. You know,
The,
up to the GMs over there.
yeah, several of the DR devs now have direct access to be able to put in, code pushes, so they can help. Okay.
Snow has one last question. Is it a quick question, Snow?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
We also have
Last question and super quick.
iOS and Android.
those will probably end up using the web client or a variation thereof. Some of the stuff that we're using is not. Oh, iOS is already, I believe, going to be covered. But let me make sure. A lot of it is going to be UI because if you're playing on a mobile device, it's a very different experience. So we'll be looking at that as we probably move to the next iterations of this. Go ahead.
Last one.
Someone who is not as creative as he wish he was, are the Saga configuration files going to be in the format that, let's say, my totally paid intern blog could look at to be more creative and help with the look and feel? Because I'm the guy that likes to press the random button when creating characters, and you get a mohawk and wicked teeth or whatever.
Is that guy working for you too? Doesn't he have a non-compete clause with me? I don't know. No. The config files. I think we need to discuss it a little bit. Yeah.
That's going to be the last question for now. We're going to take a short break so people can use the restroom or step away if they need to. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes where we will continue with this demonstration and answer further questions. Thank you all very much. No. Welcome back, everyone. Gentlemen, ladies, welcome back. Yeah, that's right. We are returning to our presentation here on Saga, the new front end for DragonRealms and GemStone. We'll be returning to our question and answer session with GMs Oshan and Nixus, and we're happy to continue to take your questions. Tai Song.
Will there be support for global highlights, ignores, squelches, so I don't have to repeat the same thing on all of my characters? The global, so I have to do it one time, and all of my characters would have access to that, as well as the individual character highlights, ignores. I will say. Just a feature request. Where's the magic 8-ball?
We have to repeat the question.
The question is, will we? Oh, then no, we don't have to repeat the question. Yeah, it's certainly doable. Right now, the way to do that, if you want to have things port between characters, is you can do an export and an import. I could certainly see the value of globals. The question is then, does specific trump global? What happens when you've got a highlight one way for your specific? I guess it should override, right? Individuals overrides global. Yeah. I think that with that hierarchy understood, there's probably a good chance that we could do that. Yeah. No, I want it as a submitted request. I think that would be helpful. I'll send it to you.
Oh. 2 seconds, sorry.
The question is everything customizable in the UI?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I locked everything, but here, I'm unlocking this.
Oh god, a ghost wolf.
Yeah, Ghost Wolf is going to kill me.
You're gonna die.
No, it's going to kill me.
It's the other way around.
Misa gonna
Wait,
die.
let's see how this plays out.
Oh no, it's going north and I'm going north. Thank God, I managed to make it past.
But you slipped.
I know, that's okay. All right, sorry, this is way more important than our panel. I tried to log into a character, and it's just, oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh, this isn't looking good.
Yes, made it to Icefield Trace.
Phew.
Heals, please.
Ask for heals.
Please.
Are you bleeding?
I'm not no, but I've got wounds on my left arm and my right leg according to the health panel.
How are you not bleeding?
We did not plan this. I did not know that I was going to have to get, attacked. Thanks, Moons. Oh, hold on.
Thank you, Moomps. Are you gonna tip him? Or
I've got 90 silver.
That's like an insult. 90 silvers. Go to the bank, young man.
You have my eternal gratitude.
No.
More than silver.
I see.
he's role playing?
What? Ah.
This is the panel now?
For that. All right. So hopefully I am out of the woods with Moomps here. I was trying to show you how panels are movable. The answer is that yes, you can move this around anywhere that you'd like. It gets a cool blue glow around it, and yeah, so I can make it narrower. Yes.
Can you stack the bars on top of each other?
Not currently, but yes. No. Why would I want to do something weird like that? Yeah. The question was, can you change the order of health, mana, stamina, and spirit? Those are the canonical orders, sir. But I would say. Wait, who looks at the health bar? You're asking a question about the health bar. The answer is that that should be pretty easy to make customizable. Yes. I had a concept for one that will take up more space, but I really wanted potions that fill up as you have more, and then they get low as you're suffering. So I've been working on that for longer than I'd care to admit. But yeah, we'll have some different layouts for those.
Further questions?
Diablo style, yeah. The orbs, yeah.
So with the current map that we have, we can right click on it and see what rooms have different foraged items that you can forage for. Is that going to be incorporated as well?
What do you think?
So the question is, yeah, whether you can look at the foraged or foraged herbs in the map, and I think that the issue there is, are you talking about being able to see them in Lich? On tags, yeah. So there is support for tags, and you can do custom tags on rooms, and maybe tags will be importable. But I think that knowledge of which herbs are in which places is not supposed to be something that the game exposes. It's tied to survival skill for, yeah. Yeah, so I don't think that we would do it by default for all characters. Like maybe if you have enough, survival skill or something like that, we could discuss something like that.
I do want to point out one thing just while it's top of mind. One of our beta testers had put together a kind of cool demo video of Saga for you. We will be getting that out soon after this panel. He will be releasing it. But Jara is a videographer extraordinaire, and just wanted to be able to kind of share the experience with everybody. Yeah, yeah. So
Hey,
big hand for
Jara.
Jara. Yeah,
Thank you, Jara.
yeah, yeah. So it's out there. Yes, go ahead.
For the searching and having the herbs, would it be possible if when you did forage sense that you could your character could remember what they were had foraged within that room?
Yeah, that's a really cool question. If the character could remember that they'd foraged or did forage sense in the area and what herbs are available.
Yeah, interesting.
Way to sense that, since some characters can't see it, but others can. So if you forage for it, you'd be able to remember.
The only thing is that it might be a lot of data to store on the server per character. So it might be like a client, local thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting idea for sure.
I will talk about one thing that we do have exposed that we did not in the past, which is in the room window. You will now see what the climate and terrain are. We thought it was a little silly that only rangers could tell that it was cold in a room. Anybody who has been with me during this con knows I am not a ranger, and I definitely know how cold it is. So we have little climate and terrain icons for every climate and terrain. There's also a way to get them as text-based, but you will be able to see what your surroundings are like. So hopefully that will make foraging a little bit easier. Rangers have all sorts of cool other stuff, and I don't have cool beast companions yet, but yeah. It is, yeah. Yeah.
Did you say earlier that the little tabletop figures there are supposed to represent, like, if you or your party members are like knocked prone, that like figure will be like toppled over?
There are status indicators around it. I did not want to have for every different status a unique figure. But there are status indicators that will pop up around it. And as you can see, I'm lying down right now. I've got my little ragdoll guy in the bottom right corner. If I stand back up, I will have that disappear. If I sit down, now he's sitting. It's kind of relaxing and enjoying the fire. I'm going to embarrass myself by not being able to kneel. Never mind. There we go. If I stand up and go west, so I don't have to hide in front of a bunch of people, I get my little figure in a cloak. And you can see the window changed. I'm no longer next to a fire, so yeah. So lots of different options there. Go ahead.
You know how inconsistent front end would be compared to Wraith? I know for some other users that play multiple accounts at the same time, it's not that it eats up a lot of your it's very resource intensive when you have more than one character playing,
Yeah.
even if you're playing manually and not running scripts.
Yeah, so to answer the question, which was, how heavy is this program? It does sit heavier than Wraith. It's around 700 to 1.2. But when we're getting closer to the web version of it, when we get closer to the web version of it, that will be considerably lighter weight. I will tell you that I have no problem running between 5 to 8 windows of it. So and I'm running it with full ambience and everything like that on. So if you've got, pardon? Yeah. Well, this is a little tricked out, but it's what? Yeah, it's one of the newer. But it is a Surface Pro in the end. It's not, a high-end gaming computer, and it's running a whole ton. So, as I said, the web interface will probably be a lot more lightweight, and I will be aiming for it to be intentionally lightweight. Go ahead, keep going.
I know that I don't know if this is a well-known bug, but if you play multiple accounts,
I webbed you.
You're a monster. Now I'm covered in goo. And I'm prone. Every time.
Keep going.
when you do highlights and custom whatever, when you close it out, it doesn't always save. It will save your last closed window.
Yeah.
You know this will have the same
Oh, yeah.
bug. It's very annoying.
If it does have that bug, then we can fix it. That's the major advantage of what's that?
This bug is still on wrap now.
Right.
Your settings are stored per character when you log out. Sorry.
So if you save it, you have two accounts, and you save on the first account. When you close out the first account, but if you close out the second account, it will override the save that you have in your first account.
Yeah, so my understanding of how this will work is that since it's per character, that shouldn't be a problem. Like it shouldn't be running into account-wide collisions.
Wraith and
Saga.
Saved a lot of preferences just locally on your machine. That's why you get those overrides. It's just touching the same files. And it just thinks you just modified it later when you close one after the other. This will be stored in the cloud per character, so no account or character should influence other saves.
Yeah. I do want to point out one thing for those of us who do have multiple instances running at the same time, whether you're multi-accounting or whether you're GMing and having to multi-account and play 4 NPCs at once. The badge panel allows you to assign a specific badge to your instance. It's, again, per character. I have all these locked, don't I? Unlock. There we go. The DragonRealms default one is a dragon with a crystal sphere. But you can customize your badges. You can upload your own, or you can use some of the default ones that we have, like how did that get in there? Nixus, how dare you? We also have, let's see, what are some of the other cool ones? Oh, that guy. We also have, apropos of nothing, a screaming goat. And we also have the classic Wyram zombie now with a new gradient background. But these allow you to easily tell when you tab into a window, oh my gosh, I'm on Oshand. I hope you guys don't have that revelation, but I do a lot.
Those are not visible to other players. So that's
Yeah,
for your own.
correct. We would like to make your portraits visible, though, within Saga, so... That's what the Ashan badge is, really. So, yeah. Yes, Catherine.
I have a smart ass question about the ambient.
Yeah.
If you hide, does your whole background go black?
Hiding, no. That would be fun, but no. These are the ambients. So snow happens whenever it's snowing in your area. Sandstorm is for the Sea of Fire. Aurora is up where the Hinterwilds are. It's one of my favorites. Let me turn that on so that we can pretend that we are way up north. Again, I know that there's some stuttering here. If you're running it directly, there is not. But the Aurora will flow behind you. They are all meant to be very readable on screen. So, pardon? That is correct. Crystals is for when you're underground in subterranean areas. Embers is when you're by fires. Spirit and Lucos's Maw are when you are dead. Sunlit Glade is when you are sitting in a room that has deciduous trees and the like, and you'll get like little leaves falling behind you. Yeah. This is the most calming theme that we have, so it doesn't get better from there. Ashfall is for Terrace. It is a volcanic theme that has lightning going on in the background. It's pretty sweet. Underwater is when you're underwater. Fog is for swamps and bogs.
What do you have for the bowels?
Will that be for the premium
Yes, you can. It depends on how the room is laid out. You know, if it's got a water room, then it'll show underwater stuff. Radiant is for safe havens, sanctuaries. There we go. And then beach is for Sailor's Grief. So lots of options there. These are some customizable ones, though. This Blackworks one is about as stripped down as you can get. It is pure black and white. Somebody keeps making me sleep and stuff. Yeah, just.
Random cat with no color in the room, so I wonder who that is.
Huh, random cat. Should I show? I'm going to show By Your Command.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
By Your Command has a sweeping red eye in the bottom that I really enjoy. Just legally distinct from, but similar to Cylons. Yeah. Yeah. So, at any rate, I would like to open up the capability to do these themes to everybody so you can enjoy the creativity. It is fun playing the game and seeing some of these little bells and whistles happening. Go ahead.
He questioned, so about the little rag doll, is there a way to put that in a window so that it can be moved somewhere?
I'm glad you asked. Yes, there is. You can render it in its own wizard style or wraith style status panel as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to keep everything specific.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's kind of this was the default, but you can always switch it to the old style. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we have multiple ambience selected at one time, or is those just one at a time?
So the way that I'm envisioning it is that the ambience will be reactive to the environment. The skins will be things that you can choose. you wouldn't really necessarily ever have a situation where you'd have multiples at the same time. You can always toggle between them, but like oh. Oh no, there's a hierarchical order for them. They would get really really cluttery and very graphically heavy if you were to have them multiplying like that. So no. Yeah. Tai Song. Oh, I'm sorry.
Technical question for the badges. Is there a size limitation, and are they uploaded to the server so they move with you to different computers, or are they local only?
Right now, they are not stored on server. The size limit, I think it actually cuts it down for you once it's uploaded. I think it's 1024 by 1024. Yeah.
Did move it to server storage, we'd have to put some kind of
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you're not going to.
affinity to our server.
Yeah. Hopefully, you won't be displaying them at max resolution. I'll hit him, then you. Go ahead.
Is any component of this or any element of this going to be open source for community contribution?
Is any component of this going to be open source for community contribution? So as Nixus said earlier, would you like to repeat what you said?
What did I say?
Oh, I can. So we are looking at opening up different scripting possibilities. We are looking at making themes community customizable. We are looking at the ability to allow you to make custom panels and the like.
So it'd be more like modding, not open source.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get the source code, but we'd have a modding.
Yeah.
Just saying like certain API
Yeah.
layer, some sort of interface where things could be, accessing documented,
Yeah.
elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is our plan to make it as customizable as possible. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if I missed this. Is this going to work for the police, right? And wizard?
No, those will remain. Well, the wizard's hard to install now, but go ahead, sir.
Only in our hearts. No.
Ah,
Now the idea is to keep everything fully compatible, going back to whatever you're playing now and whatever you love. We're not going to force you to change. Telnet, you're crazy. We are going to force you to not play on Telnet.
oh, and
Question in the back there.
I know a lot of us use logs. How is that going to work with Saga? Is it going to be like it is now with Raid, where we can either, because I know there's a script just for logs, or you can use the little eyeball next to the disk player in order to save it to your computer. Is that going to go to the computer or the cloud?
so logs are right now stored on the computer. Again, since we would be using Simu servers, we don't want to just clot them up with tons and tons and tons of logs. I think though that we can we can give you the ability to change. If you have a personal server, you can obviously change the log folder and just put it up there. Yeah. This is the logging panel, by the way, so you can do log all, you can do log none, and you can log story, announcements, arrivals, deaths, familiar, host, mentor, speech, thoughts, yeah, everything.
Darcina, and then Catherine had a question, and then Lothsane.
Okay.
We just click on the Lucas Ma. I just want to see.
The what? The Lucos's maw? You want to see it?
I just want to say though, it looks so.
It
looks
way
so
cooler.
much cooler.
They just keep it like that all the time.
Just because of the stream has some lag and stuff.
Yeah.
It looks really cool in person, I think.
I operate either in the reality theme or Lucos's maw, with great regularity. Like I said, there's a reason why I haven't turned off the ambience as a permanent setting, and it's because every single time that I go to, I'm like, but what if I want to be in Lucos's maw? Who is next?
Catherine had a
Catherine.
and Lothsane also wants to.
Ah.
Oh no, my question is
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Lothsane, please.
Is there any planned support, or would you consider planning support
Ooh.
The logs would be stored by us, but it would cryptograph your signature, would be generated, uploaded to the server, which would be small, and then GMs could rely on that as an actual verifiable log. As opposed to right. Okay. Yeah,
This man right here.
That's I was going to say, what is the use case for that? And then you hit it.
Did you not come to my panel yesterday?
Yeah.
If you had help one ONE, you would understand.
Yeah.
No judgment though.
Look, I think it's an interesting idea. I think we would really need to figure out, what that would look like. It's a cool idea. We also do trust you when you send us logs, about some things. Yes.
Don't tell him that.
We'll get to it. And not more.
The question was, could we have an analyze panel? And the answer is yes. I don't see why not. I have 2 or 3 questions from the front row. I'm not sure. Let's go from my left to right. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is super cool. What is your launch plan and timeline?
2036.
Yeah. I didn't. So for the dev panel, I wore my "The Maybe Later Club" T-shirt, and it said "Because later means never." This, I think that we are really on the cusp of allowing it for beta access. Certainly by early August at the latest. We'd love to do it like right now. There are just a few things that we really want to get hammered out so it is the best possible experience for you. Yeah. Yeah, right in time for Duskroon. That's. Go ahead.
Up till now, this has been purely a work of these guys. I'll wait.
Kaunashi is murdering me while you're trying to
That's
do
fine.
serious things.
I approve.
This is just. And what's really bad is that we know that Moomps isn't going to heal me again because I don't have any silvers left. Yeah, what Kaunashi is showing off is the. Oh wait, there you go. I'm a ghost now. I'm a ghost. Sorry, sir. They were asking about the launch time for this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. There is not currently, but that's amazing. All right.
So a little word on the timing. I don't think this is going to slip too far past what Ashan said because this is pretty much ready to put in people's hands, but it's been only in their hands up until now. From Monday moving forward, we're doing all the integration stuff to get where all of our stuff is now fully in the cloud, and we have resources to give to them to be able to store the profiles and do all that and be able to distribute it correctly. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Also, while they keep adding all the little fiddly bits, but the internals of distributing it in a nice way is really what the last step before beta.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, thank you. Owly, there is no muffin panel. I've run out of assets for it. It's just. I do. Wait, didn't I have an Owly badge? Did I not put one up there? You can go on with your question while I'm trying to find the Owly badge, but.
Further, just the questions on logging, I think those probably more feature requests.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to have it write to multiple locations? Like say you have a story, like log the story window to one file and the familiar window to another, so you can have like the Randy view and the Owly view logs. Because if you have a log,
Oh, I don't have Owly. I like that idea. Yeah, I would say put it in as a feature request, and we can help. I do not have an Owly badge. We do have a Savant badge, which just shows you how far how far down the list. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we could definitely do that. Yes.
Not really related at all, but speaking of badges, and you mentioned portraits, but those of us who've gotten like our official SimuCon portrait, surely we can get those as badges, right?
Yeah, I think well, first off, you can upload them as a badge, but I would like us to be able to view people's portraits. Um, that's where what Skippy was talking about with having Simutronics support. The way that Wraith does it is that it's looking for their portrait on the Simu server, and then it's coming back and feeding it to the game. That's really what we would have work for that. That could also make it accessible as a badge, so you don't need to upload it. Because if you're the match for that, then it'll just be available in your badge panel, the same way that the Ashand one was available for me. Yeah, go ahead.
Quick question. Following up to familiars, the familiar window, can it have an icon that looks like yours?
The answer is yes. There is a familiar icon panel, or sorry, not a familiar control panel that pops up whenever you summon a familiar. Um, uh, there aren't that many different types of familiars, so yes. Um, what they're what 20 something?
Well, I was
Is that
thinking more like, can you upload an image like with the badges
oh?
to make it
Uh,
like?
I don't see why not. What? Yeah, I don't see why not.
There's a question between. There's kind of a arbitrary line you have to draw between. Is this a mod or is this just
Mhm.
customization?
Yeah.
So
I just noticed that you can upload badges, but could you just make the familiar have its own badge, basically?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. You guys are seeing the thoughts that are kind of piling up there. If I click on one of them, it will go right into the thoughts panel so that I can see, what was going on. Go ahead, Malin.
The numerical timestamps and other kind of status indicators for beginning earlier than are you able to toggle those on or off?
Yes. Yes, you can, and you can style them as much as you'd like to. I really wanted them in the thought panel just because I sometimes go, when did somebody say that? And I start responding to something that happened, 3 days ago. But yeah. Oh, and Kanashi just focused a thought to me.
You can't tell the days with the text.
That's true. That is true.
The room numbers on the
Darn it.
directions earlier as well.
So it does not happen when I'm in as a player. Um, yeah. But we are exposing the room number, and if you end up using other clients and they have specific room numbers, then those will be exposed too. Go ahead.
Good thoughts windows. Are they adjustable?
What do you mean?
Like when you see the thoughts that were coming up that were starting to scroll down the screen,
Ah,
can you make those like smaller?
yes. Yeah. So there's the ability to customize all of the panels. Sorry, I still have some latency between our two machines here. But when I do, actually, that was the thoughts panel. Where's my notifications? Come on, eyes. Notifications right here. You can do a little click on the location bar there, and then I can resize this and move it to wherever I'd like.
Okay.
And then it basically sets the standard for it.
Right.
If it's toward the bottom of the screen, it'll grow up. If it's toward the top of the screen, it will grow down. I thought that this was the least obtrusive area to put it in for myself.
From Sandy in the back.
Sandy.
Can you make it so that the font size is bigger in those boxes?
Yes. Yeah. So again, all of the fonts globally are customizable, and then you can do per panel. You can even change line spacing and the panel backgrounds here. You can change what the streams look like. You can override each of their fonts, and then in the same that panel, you've also got all of your highlight presets and custom highlights. Sir, go ahead.
I noticed that when you got attacked, the screen turned red.
Yep.
A little bit. So would there also be like a trigger where we would find a gemstone and either set an ambient to do fireworks or something? So fully know we found some.
That's weird how you had that exact same request back a while back, didn't you? You said it would be nice if like fireworks came up when you found a gemstone.
Yeah, or I mean, any kind of special rare loot having some indicator, some dopamine effect.
Yeah. I just think it's a
Yeah.
great minds think alike sort of situation.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes. Like I was thinking about it being cool when I cast spells to have like a little flash. That might get annoying to some people. You can turn off the flashes. So yeah. Yes, you can do that as well in Saga. I do not have sounds turned on right now though. Malin.
I guess feature request. It would be nice to be able to build your own panel, which adds icons from various.
Ooh. Yeah. I think that's probably at tier 1 of the, customizable panels and add-ons and everything capability. Tandaway is typing inappropriate things into Twitch. I don't know. It's
I have approved it.
well done.
All right, literally all I typed was feature request. It would be nice if you could build your own panel with specific icons. And it was like, excuse you? I'm so sorry for my
How dare you?
Yeah. So yes, I think that we will get there. That probably won't be there on release. But as we start getting into what the modding community looks like, we will definitely, all of these assets are there, so why not let you rearrange them a bit?
My only requirement for release was that it had feature parity with Raid.
Yeah.
And it's well beyond that.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
a question from Falbacar in the back. We had a question from Oogie. So
Okay.
Falbacar, please.
Favikar, go ahead.
So like with the map song and Saga, are you able to see custom rings that you pick? Like you know how we had build a ring in SimuCon?
That'll all generate automatically when you click the map.
Yeah. So can you see will you be able to see any custom or dynamic rooms? Yeah, any connected room should show up, yeah, or any room that you can go to otherwise.
Yeah, that should work just fine.
Yeah, we're going to have to work out the data sync process. Right now there's some delay before a room shows up, but we'll be working on reducing that.
Yeah, I don't want you to undersell how much effort you've put into the maps piece. Nixus has crawled every room in the game, so you guys know how much that is. Yeah. and he had the little kneeling icon the entire time. It was.
We had a question from Oogie.
Yes, Oogie.
So I don't know if I missed it, but I was wondering when merchants is around, if there's going to be ways you can customize it. So like when there's a notification or if it gets spun for what you suggested, if there's ways where when merchants is around, you can have more ways of recognizing.
Yeah, so that'll be in the world events panel. If the merchant chooses to put their info in there. Oh.
He means if you get spun or picked by a spinner.
So here's what we will do. We will create the fireworks thing here, and then I will leave it up to individual GMs as to what they want out of their systems to trigger fireworks. Because that way, if something's really exciting, I don't need to know about it on every single case. I can just have the hook there so a GM can send up fireworks. And that means that if it's a spinner, if it's finding a rare gem, if it's any of those things.
As long as it's not actual fireworks.
Yeah.
It won't show fireworks.
Yeah.
Chris,
That's true.
I think this is also a good use case for personal custom highlights, because most merchants on the object they use to spin for customers will have a very specific message that both the room will see and the individual player will see. And if you get that and you hook that into your own custom features and highlights and colors and such. You can do it up however you want to like blast you in the face when my merchant, for example, selects you.
You'll starfish shows up or whatever.
Exactly. Dostine had a question, and then we
Yeah.
had several others.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So when you were navigating around with the map, you were showing outdoor rooms only. Can you show us what it looks like to go from the outdoors into a shop and how the map changes?
Oh, sure.
Maybe click on a tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe click on a tag like bank there.
Oh, I had to wait for the latency. So here's on the mini map. I'm clicking on bank. It's traveling me to the bank. And so you can see the bank layout is a lot smaller. It's just the exchange booth and that locale. But I can head right in there. And then I've got a thing that says back to being outside. So I can ice mule trace town via out. And I click on that and I go outside. Or now I go outside. There we go. Sure. Let's.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I didn't really get into just the normal browsing. Oh. Yeah.
Let's say you're standing at the gates, and in today's world, when we're thinking about those maps, walking outside the gates tends to be a completely different map. How does that transition work for you here when you're standing like on one side of the gates versus the other? Is there like a click through button?
Yeah, so right here, these green nodes mean that they're going to a different area.
Yeah.
I did want to show, just clicking through the map real quickly, each of the panels has the room description. It has what the climate and terrain are, whether it's outdoor or indoor, if it's a super node, what the exits are that are connected to it, and then exits to another map that are linked from here. So if I'm going to go to the South Gate Wilds, I have to have a hand free to control click.
Gotcha, sir.
I did not control click, so it actually went and starts loading that map so I can preview it. I don't have to be on the map in order to be able to actually view what's going on out there.
Okay.
My connection's a little slow, but
From like ice mill trace to view the map and tot, it lists.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's
Yeah.
styles.
Oh, yeah, so this is the creature map. Let me see if I can do... here you go. So I moused over Snowy Cockatrice, right? And it shows me that they spawn in Snowflake Vale. So if I'm looking for cockatrices, what's the plural of them? We should really know. It's cockatrice?
It'll get banned.
Yeah, cockatrice. Yeah, it will show me what area they spawn in on this map.
I'd like to do a little bit more with this too. I think one cool thing would be if players could kind of look at hunting areas by level range so that they can scout out hunting areas around their level.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
In the back, please.
I would like to know if there's a way to turn on global professions. For example, I'm an empath, and I would like to know every time I walk in a room, is there already another empath in the room?
Ooh. You want to be able to sense each other like Highlanders, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oftentimes with empaths, you will highlight your empath. Same thing with clerics. Oh, there's two identified. Yeah.
Hmm.
Same thing with clerics. Yep.
Let me push back to you and I'll ask a question. How about just when they're showing their profession? Because if you don't want people to know that you're an empath, or you're tired of people knowing that you're a wizard and swinging a lance, you know. So a couple of things. I really like the idea of having a global professions panel so that you can see people's offers for work. I think that that's pretty easy because we've already got the services list. We can definitely get that hooked in. The bit about recognizing other members of your profession when you walk into a room, I think could be a lot of fun as long as it's, something that the other person can control and say, like, I don't want to be recognized as... Yeah. Yeah, it already is. You have a show profession flag, so yeah.
Because I know that in your profession,
I will tell you, I am not good at typing with one hand, and I've been doing this. So if you have a feature request, please send it to us on Discord, so that we don't lose track of good ideas. Yes. Pardon? There will be a faction panel. Yeah.
So on the
You get a panel.
enter command, it constantly says enter a command if you actually type something. Is there a way we could make that blank or trying to remove that tooltip because I don't know, it just kind of might looks like easy working.
Wait, what? On the command bar itself, before you type in text, it says enter command. So removing that filler text that's unnecessary.
Oh, so it's just blank.
Yeah.
If I'm in the middle of a fight, I look down and see the words there. I think there's something typed there.
Yeah, I think that that's probably easy to do, and I'm thinking about customizations that you could do for it as well.
Oh.
Type here, jerk. Like that would be mine. Yeah.
Shall we serve you
Yeah.
fresh today?
Yeah. Say responsible things. I,
There's a part of me that, like, from a message standpoint, a new person come in, see us enter a command here, it's awesome.
yeah.
But there's a lot of times where, especially if they're using the web UI, is it text or is it command? If you enter command, it's great for somebody like that, but for me,
Yeah.
if I'm middle of fight, I see enter command. I'm thinking there's text there already, where there's not.
Yeah. I did not turn on the command, or sorry, the text. Sorry. What's the term? The speech window. To start, because that is probably the biggest thing that catches new players. They're saying everything that they're trying to enter. It will probably be an option eventually to do that. I don't know that anybody uses it, but yeah,
Does anybody use that? Does anybody here use that? Raise your hand.
it angers
No.
me.
One time I see it, honestly, is with, as a mentor with
Yeah.
players.
XP, XP, XP. Yeah.
It's befuddling. Yeah.
My care thinks I don't want to be here right now. Nah. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna bounce off of that question.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get into the weeds with you a little bit.
Okay.
I apologize ahead of time.
Sure.
When you're talking about accessibility option, are you concerned specifically with the
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So about WCAG compliance, Nixus in this case is my my angel on the shoulder. Everything, everything here has been passed through in all of the themes that we have. I think that the lowest that we have is what the WCAG 2. We most of it passes 3.0. Yeah. The short of it is, yeah, we want it to be very, very accessible. Yeah.
I'll
Could be
talk about
exposed but not visible. But that
Yeah.
Yeah, because there is scanning the room, but basically having your fields labeled just placeholder text is actually a fault.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's because when you click on it, you use it and then you repurpose.
Yeah.
So you need to have the ability to have it turn out just like a command label, which has
Yeah.
which turning off placeholder just makes
Yeah, we'll keep working on that. We have a game master who is visually impaired, and she has access to Saga. So as we get further along, we will certainly work with her. Again, if you know of players who are visually impaired, please send them our way.